Good morning. My name is Sandesha of MSc first year. Today I am going to present on the topic types of food. These are my contents. Starting with definition of food. All organisms require food for energy growth and development. Food, by definition, is any edible substance that we consume to fulfill our daily requirement of nutrition. So, what is nutrition? Nutrition is the biochemical and physiological process by which an organism uses food to support life. It is completed in body through various steps like ingestion, secretion, motility, digestion, absorption, defecation. But what is the objective of nutrition? It is to foster the physical and mental growth and development, repairing and regenerating tissues and cells that have been weakened by infection or injury, to provide energy for doing work. Then infections and deficiency disorders, which can be prevented in human beings. Next. So food, it is an organic compound which usually is of either plant or animal origin, but it is only functional in the body by the utilization of certain substances. Those are nutrients. So nutrients are the chemical substances present in the food which help in growth, repair and production of energy. These broadly include carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, mineral salts and water. In food, the nutrients can be classified on the basis of their bulk or quantity into macronutrients and micronutrients. Macronutrients form the main bulk of food and are required by the body in greater amount. They include carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Micronutrients are, of course, essential to the body, but in lesser amounts. They are vitamins and minerals. Starting with composition or types of food. The first and foremost is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates serve as food for our brain and CNS, and a healthy amount of it is very much necessary because it is the primary source of energy in our bodies. It is the major proportion of food. By composition, it consists of carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen and takes the formula of CH2ON. Carbohydrates may be available in the food in the forms of soluble sugars or the insoluble starch. Sources of carbohydrates. It can be plant sources or animal sources. The plant sources include cereals, potatoes, sugarcane, fruits, etc. Animal sources include meat, liver, milk, honey, etc. So, continuing with the functions of carbohydrates. It can act as an energy source, like glucose, which acts as an immediate source of energy, glycogen, which acts as a storage form of energy. Then it is responsible for regulation of the blood glucose level, cell-to-cell recognition, because glycoproteins and glycolipids are part of the cell membrane as cell surface receptors, which help in the recognition. Then they have a role in an anti-ketogenic role. Carbohydrate can prevent incomplete oxidation of fats and formation of ketonic bodies. They can also act as shock absorbers in certain places, like the hyaluronic acid, which is present in the vitreous humor of eye, and synovial fluids in the joints. Dietary fibers. Cellulose present in cell wall of plant cell is an important fiber for diet. Then it can be present in, it can also replace or the function of proteins if there is a lack of protein. Then proteins. Proteins are the building block of our body. And when protein is explained, the first thing comes to our mind is muscles, but it also includes bones, skin, hair, or even the cells in our body which require protein. It is responsible for 16% of the human body weight. It is a complex organic compound which is a polymer of amino acids, and it is mainly used for growth and repair. The sources are plant sources like soybean, pulses, cashew, fruits, etc. Animal sources are meat, egg, milk, fish, cheese, etc. The functions of proteins. Again, glycoprotein and lipoprotein, which are the component of cell membrane, help in cell-to-cell recognition. Movement. Actin and myosin proteins help in muscle contraction during movement. Blood clotting. Thrombin and fibrinogen help in blood clotting. Defense. Antibodies and immunoglobulins are proteins which provide immunity. Then, transport. Some protein act as carrier molecules and help in active transport. Hormones and enzymes which are required by all the metabolic processes going on in our body. Then as energy source. In deficiency of carbohydrates and fats, proteins serve as the fuel for the body. Then repairing. They are essential for repairing of the dead and wounded tissues. Growth. Proteins made the structural component and take part in growth and development of the body. Next is fats or lipids. So lipids are the organic compounds that are fatty acids or its derivatives, which are insoluble in water but soluble in organic solvents like acetone, ether, alcohol, chloroform, benzene, petroleum, etc. Now lipids can be of two types, that is fats and oils. Fats are solid at room temperature and oils are liquid at room temperature. The lipid which is found in food are generally triglycerides, we also call as TGA, composed of glycerol and fatty acids. Now the sources of lipids are plant sources like oil, mustard seed, groundnut, coconut, sunflower seed, etc. Now, though an excess amount of fat might be dangerous to our body, like it can cause irregularity in heartbeats or blood pressure, But it is important to know that fats help in the absorption of other nutrients too. So, an adequate amount of lipids are necessary for our body. Functions of lipid: as an energy source, lipids are important source of energy. They take part in cell building, muscle movement. Then, storage source of energy, the TGA, are stored as body fat in the adipose tissue and protect the internal organs from shocks. Insulation: the fats are present as thermal insulator in the subcutaneous layer. They also act as solvents. It serves as solvent for fat soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. Steroids: they are the complex lipids and are the precursor of steroid hormones like testosterone, progesterone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, etc. They are also essential for synthesis of vitamin D. Next is vitamins. Vitamins are the basic function. Sorry, they are the organic compounds required in small amounts for biological functions rather than for energy. The basic function is to keep away diseases, though the body needs 13 to 14 vitamins, but 4 of them are extremely essential, which I'll discuss further. So, the vitamins, they are not synthesized by the human body, so they should be essentially present in diet for metabolism. Vitamins can be of two types on the basis of the solubility, that is fat soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K, and water soluble vitamins, that is B and C. It brings in antioxidants in the body responsible for the longevity of human being. Now, out of the 13 important vitamins, the 4 important vitamins are A, D, B, and C. A is retinol. The source is fish, carrot, papaya, milk, etc. Its function is growth, like that is essential for the normal epithelial and structure and growth. Epithelial structure and growth. And rhodopsin synthesis. Retinol is converted into retinal, which are visual pigment in the rod cells of retinal. It helps in dim light vision. Diseases: it can cause night blindness, xerophthalmia, keratomalacia, retarded growth, etc. The next important vitamin is vitamin D, chemically known as calciferol. Its source is fish, meat, liver, eggs, green vegetables, and sunlight, which is an essential source for vitamin D. Function: it promotes calcium and phosphorus absorption from the gut and regulates the calcium metabolism too. Then, it helps in normal growth of bone and teeth also. Then, so the deficiency of such a vitamin D, causes rickettsia and osteomalacia. Then, the next important vitamin is vitamin C, pyridoxine, which, like other B vitamins, has its source from yeast, milk, egg, pods, spinach, etc. And the functions of it, yes, its chemical name is pyridoxine. It acts as a coenzyme for amino acid and fatty acid metabolism and is also involved in the erythropoiesis. The deficiency of this vitamin is responsible in causing disorders like dermatitis, muscle cramps, paralysis, lowering the blood pressure uncontrollably. Then, vitamin C, or ascorbic acid. Its source is citrus, grapes, pineapple, chili green vegetables, etc. Function: it is essential for collagen fiber synthesis and protein metabolism. And the deficiency of this vitamin will cause scurvy, bleeding gum, poor wound healing, etc. The next nutrient is the mineral salts. Mineral salts are essential inorganic compounds which are needed in small amounts, making only 2 to 3% of the human body. But even if they are very lesser in amount in our body, they are important because they regulate the major metabolic activities of our body. On the basis of the amount required, they can be classified into two groups: macro elements, which are more than 1 gram, and micro elements, which are less than 1 gram. Examples of macro elements are calcium, magnesium, potassium, sodium, chloride, sulfur, phosphorus, etc. And examples of microelements are copper, zinc, cobalt, selenium, iron, manganese, etc. The sources of mineral salts are milk, cereals, eggs, vegetables, seafoods, cheese, water, meat, salt, etc. The function of minerals: they maintain homeostasis and osmoregulation, they help in nerve impulse conduction, heartbeat, muscle contraction, they maintain the proper pH and osmotic pressure of the body, they are necessary for blood clotting, they play an important role in formation of many tissues like bones, blood, and teeth, they are necessary for erythropoiesis, and they make the plasma membrane suitable for permeability of various types of chemicals. And because it is essential for the metabolic activities in the body, deficiencies of these can lead to severe metabolic disorders. Last is water. Water is an important inorganic compound. It is the basis of life. Human body comprises of around 60 to 70% of its body weight. To be exact, it takes up 75% of the body weight of the infants and 55% of the adults. It is very essential for survival. And even if one decides to skip a diet, one can still survive. But skipping water can be compromising to the life because each and every part of our body requires it for proper functioning. And dehydration, in any case, would hamper the physical and mental health badly and will reduce the ability to concentrate in our works. The functions of water, they are enormous. They have numerous critical roles in the human body. Like water is a universal solvent which can dissolve most of the biologically important molecules. It can be minerals or nutrients, etc. Water acts as a medium for the diffusion of molecules in cell. It can regulate body temperature. It removes toxicity or toxic substances and hence lessens the burdens on kidneys and liver by flushing out the waste products from our body. They are important medium for carrying the nutrients or gaseous substances in our body. It lubricates the joints. It acts as an important reactant for biological reactions. It is also responsible for osmoregulation. And osmotic concentration of cell is also maintained by water and dissolved solutes. Hence, the turgidity is also maintained by it. Water cools the body by sweating process. It is the medium of blood, lymphatic system, and excretory system, etc. So there are many functions of water, and hence we call it the basis of life. So here I would like to conclude my topic of types of food. Though the content may look less, but this gives us the essence of life, the importance of nutrients in our life. It is necessary to have a good health, disease prevention, and a healthy growth and development of the body, especially in children and adolescents, and to ensure that a good nutrition is supposed to be provided. Any diet is fruitful if it includes all the nutrition in the plate. Such a diet is referred to as a balanced diet. A balanced diet must fulfill the daily requirements of calories, carbohydrates, proteins, minerals, vitamins, and water, all in an adequate quantity. These are my references. Thank you.